Thank you. Brothers and sisters, retirees, invited guests, good morning. On behalf of President Sean M. O'Brien, I would like to thank you for joining us today for Workers' Memorial Day. President O'Brien is out of town on doing business and wishes to pass on his regards to this solemn occasion. I would like to recognize and thank some organizations that are represented here today. Teamsters Local 25 Retiree Chapter, Teamsters Local 25 Futures Committee, the Teamster Horsemen, Massachusetts Department of Industrial Action, MASHCON, Boston Catholic Labor Guild, the Fairmont Town Administration. On April 28, 1971, the Occupational Safe and Healthy Administration was established by the OSH Act. Trade unions around the world observe April 28 as International Day of Mourning. Workers today, and many of us here, have been very lucky. We only have known what it is like to work under the protection of OSHA. Prior to April 28, 1971, there were no federal law standards protecting workers. The members of the Teamsters Local 25 Retiree Chapter remember what it was like to go to work without protection. We all may seem to take for granted. It's fitting that our Futures Committee joins us today. Many of the safety procedures they know as part of the job are fought for and secured by our retirees. We as present Teamsters Local members do not take lightly the struggles and sacrifices that our brothers and sisters made to improve the conditions of future generations of Teamsters. We honor the retiree legacy and the legacy of those that made the supreme sacrifice while putting in an honest day's work. Every year it is our goal at Teamsters Local 25 to not have to add names to this memorial. However, we gather here today with heavy hearts as we have lost Teamster brothers since last Workers' Memorial Day. Brother Thomas Archie Ford and Brother Herbert Upton Jr. both died on the job this past December. To the families that have joined us today, your loved ones paid the ultimate price. While we can't bring them back, know that we will never forget. They will always have a place in this union, and the memorials we will unveil shortly will signify the sacrifice they have made. I ask that you honor in the memory of our fallen Teamsters, all workers who have died on the job, and any loved ones you may have lost with a moment of silence. Thank you. Up next, we have our president of our retirees chapter. He's going to read a statement from President James Hoff from the IDT. Joe Conti.
Good morning. Each year we mark Workers' Memorial Day as a time to remember and honor our fallen brothers and sisters in the labor movement. In the United States, Canada, and many other countries, we mourn for the workers killed and injured on the job and reaffirm our commitment to continue to fight for safer workplaces. Last year, unsafe working conditions claimed the lives of many working men and women throughout the United States, Canada, and around the world. On average, 4,400 people are killed every year at work, and 50,000 workers die from occupational diseases, while millions more are injured. We know those numbers would be a lot worse if not for the decades of struggle by workers and their unions resulting in significant improvements in working conditions. 43 years ago, Congress passed the Occupational Safety and Health Act, promising every worker the right to a safe job. Unions have won laws and protections that have made workplaces safer for all, but we still have a long way to go. Many workers, including Teamsters, suffer high rates of job injuries and fatalities. Highway incidents continue to be the leading cause of on-the-job fatalities, and truck drivers suffer more on-the-job fatalities than any other individual occupation. Ergonomic hazards cripple hundreds of thousands of workers, and musculoskeletal disorders remain the nation's biggest workplace safety and health problem. Many Latino and immigrant workers who often work in the most dangerous and exploitative jobs have no union protection and are afraid to speak out. In the public sector, many workers have no SHA protection. Hundreds of workers are fired or harassed by their employers each year simply for voicing job safety concerns. And although there are dozens of whistleblowers, protection and anti-retaliation laws, many are simply too weak and remain unenforced. Too often, these safety problems make themselves known in the form of large-scale catastrophes. Like last year, West Fertilizer Company explosion in Texas that took 14 lives, and the Rana Plaza factory collapse in Bangladesh that killed more than 1,100 garment workers. On this Workers' Memorial Day, we need to join hands to seek stronger safety and health protection and better standards and enforcement. In the words of Mother Jones, a small woman but a giant in the American labor movement, mourn for the dead and fight like hell for the living.
Thank you, Joe. Next up is our Kyle Dexter, chairperson of the Teamsters Local 25 Future Committee.
Good morning. My name's Kyle Dexter. I'm the chair of the Teamsters Local 25 Futures Committee. It's an honor for me to be here with all of you, especially our retiree chapter who's given so much this year. The Futures Committee is quite new. We're still in our beginning phases. But we understand that we're the next generation of Teamsters, and it's up to us to carry the torch set forth by previous generations like our retirees. We owe a debt of gratitude to those that came before us. Prior to 1970, there were no workplace protections or government standards to protect the workers. Prior to the Occupational Safety and Health Act and the formation of OSHA, the workers turned to strong unions like Teamsters Local 25 to protect them from the dangers at their workplace. Today, despite the protections from agencies like OSHA or state child labor laws, young workers are among the most vulnerable when it comes to getting injured at work. In the past year, 20% of the workplace fatalities in Massachusetts were workers who are under the age of 35. The Teamsters Local 25 Futures Committee is committed to promoting safe work practices and protections in order to keep all workers safe. Workers' Memorial Day is a day to honor and remember those that lost their lives while at work. It's also a day to remember and honor those that have paved the way for our generation with hard work and sacrifice. The Teamsters Local 25 Futures Committee is committed to carrying on the legacy of those that came before us, especially those who have made the ultimate sacrifice while at work.
Thank you, Kyle. Next speaker is from the Massachusetts Department of Industrial Accidents, George Noel.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. I bring greetings from our Governor, Deval Patrick, and our new Labor Secretary, Rachel Caprillion. This is the third event in the past couple days that I've attended, to mourn our fallen brothers and sisters. I look forward to the day that I can stand here on April 28th and look down and see a list with no names on it. Regrettably, that's not the case this year. My thoughts and prayers are with the Ford, the Upton families, and all the others that we have lost over the past year. This is the second time I heard that letter read from President Hoffa, and 4,400 deaths. Think about that for a minute. 4,400 people went to work, woke up just like we all did this morning to come to work, and they never made it home. And I think if that happened, like in the airline industry or something like that, then, planes crashing, there'd be outrage. Where's the outrage when we lose people? It's all they're doing is just trying to come to work, support their families. So hopefully, with a good job. But I heard someone say this weekend that, you know, there's no job's good if it's not safe. And, you know, I can't think of anything that crystallizes what I feel this morning and what we heard from President Hoffa, and, you know, when he quoted Mother Jones. You know, we have to mourn the dead, keep them in our hearts, in our prayers. But we have to fight for the living workers. We have to do whatever we can. We have to push our elected officials to strengthen labor laws, laws that govern people's safety. We have to organize. We have to support our unions that are the spearhead, the bulwark for a safe workplace. And we have to use every means necessary. You know, I'm fortunate. I work for a labor secretary that's really committed to worker safety, and is doing pushing the you know, that the public sector workers, that they can you know, join the rest of us that are covered under the OSH Act. I also lead an agency that has safety grants. One that your local, your president, Sean O'Brien, has the foresight to utilize. I implore others to follow President O'Brien's lead and utilize our safety grants to help make the workplace safer. Because, you know, I'm a worker, I'm a union member, I'm a member of IBW Local 1505. I was former business manager as well as the director of the Department of Industrial Accidents. So please, if you do nothing else today, recommit yourself to the living. Recommit yourself to a safe workplace. You know, and follow the lead of Mother Jones. More than dead to fight like hell for the living. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Judge. Next up is the invitation by Allison Every from the Boston Captain Labor Guild.
Good morning, all. On this special day of memory and hope, we remember all those dear brothers of Teamsters Local 25 lost or injured while doing their jobs. We mourn with the families of those killed on the job and the heartbreaking reality of each empty place at the family gatherings. And we pray for their comfort and strength. We pray as well for our co-workers who suffer disabling workplace injuries or from illness on the job. One workplace injury can negatively impact the rest of that individual's earning capacity and his or her family for years to come. Please bless those present and not present whose hard work and determination drives and protects Local 25 members' physical safety. 25's leadership, its safety trainers, stewards, and safety committees. The government officials and inspectors keeping safer conditions, some of here who are with us today. MassCosh and groups who work so hard to protect workers. The employers who do the right thing. We humbly ask you, our Creator, to bless and protect all of Local 25's brothers and sisters and their loved ones in all their journeys and endeavors. Finally, for each of us here today, please strengthen and deepen our advocacy for safety for all workers and our passion for workplace justice in our